Oh, right, here we are. Another blue collar podcast with my man Dave Newton. And this podcast is about shit talking the other crew. But first, we're going to do a little trades breakdown on this particular image. Now, Dave, this is actually on one of your sites. This is another Dave special. Now, what would you call a contraption like this? Like, I don't know if I hate it or like it, but is there intelligence behind it? I know it did fuck up the clamp.
That's taking lazy to the next level.
It is, but smart or lazy? This is the conundrum, because when you see this, you're just like, this is...
Like, I know what he's doing there. He's drilling for the ATS rods. I know what he's doing there, and I get the concept of it.
Right.
I really don't know what to call it.
You know, if it wasn't for the guy who is doing this, it might not have been such a problem. If it was one of the boys, a real straight shooter, and he just said, hey, you know what? This is smarter.
This guy's an odd duck.
He's very strange. He's the cockadoo.
He's the black sheep of this site, that's for sure.
And I think this is what really, like,
I remember seeing this, and I looked at it like...
It's special.
I honestly thought it was an electrician at first that set that up, and I thought, what the fuck? I carried on, and I came back and I saw him pump the little jack there to put some more pressure on it. I was like, oh, it's you.
We put this.
You know what? I know what he's doing. It's a shit job.
It is, yeah, it is.
Oh,
and I mean,
that is
so.
Fuck me.
Would you first of all would you do a contraption like this?
Oh. No,
because the flack you're gonna take, whether it's smart or not.
I don't know if I'm an idiot because I wouldn't do that. Or I feel trying to figure this out. Like, fucking useless. I don't know what to tell you about it.
And the worst thing is that clamp, that blue clamp right there. That poor clamp.
It's not designed for that.
It was done.
Yeah,
that was the last time it got used. It was fucked. So unpleasant on that end of things. So if you can...
The funniest thing is the guy doing this wasn't the guy actually getting paid to do it. It was... I don't know how he got roped into it. Like, the other idiot kind of figured it... You know, the other job site idiot that we had doing it...
he is. He's
pawned it off somehow, but he... did it work? Did it get it done? Yeah? I guess.
Yes. I guess it did.
Yeah. Because those bits are... They're expensive. You got to custom.
Oh yeah.
You got to custom order them in from down south there. But maybe it was blunt, but we got to grind. You got to sharpen it.
So anyone who has a name for this, please leave it in the comments.
Oh,
we want to have a name. Guys. If you have pictures of your own of some idiot ingenuity, please send it to us.
Oh yeah. Put like some pictures of other shit you've seen like this. This one's one of the. We didn't just do this for this podcast. Like, this is an actual thing.
This is literally on our site, and this we love this one. This is a video of just saw this a little porta potty usage. Sadly, the bastard got stuck in the porta potty. There's a beautiful shovel there. I don't know. What would you do if this happened to you?
Like, first of all, you have to be... I would kick that door straight.
Oh yeah, I would go ballistic. I'd go through the roof.
Yeah.
I would go through the roof.
Like that porta potty, I'd tear it apart.
But the thing is to be the guy for this to happen, you have to be a certain character, because you can't do this just to anybody. You can't do this.
No. This is the guy that takes like 3 or 4 shit breaks and half his days spent in there.
We call it a diggity dog fucker. You know that right there. Is only done to unique characters.
I had guys that have worked for me, like, you know, guys at the higher end, like foreman type guys that have worked for me. And man, I remember at minus 30, they'd go in there, take the coveralls out, and they'd be in there for fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah, no.
It's like, it's so cold.
Like, I would never
it's so cold, and you're hanging a dump for 30. Like, what are you doing in there? It's not pleasant. Like,
here, check this out. On the rigs, we actually had thermals around the shitter.
Oh, we never had that. It looked just like this one. Just snow on it.
No.
Yeah.
We had high-end shit. All right.
So, apparently they're bringing in, now, if you have over 25 people on a job site now, it's supposed to have flushing toilets. That's something coming in.
What?
I don't know if that I care for it at all because I don't do my other business in the whole thing. Unless I'm eating a bad lunch or something. But
that's
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's emergency.
Yeah.
I don't. Have you ever been to a nightclub late at night and you've seen the fucking washroom?
Oh God!
You think you're fucking sitting on those?
No.
Well, that's what these things are fucking like. So you honestly think like a flushing one's gonna just
have you been
have it better? No.
Have you been to one of them where they haven't cleaned them? And it turns into a pile.
Okay, so I'll tell you one. I'll fucking tell you one. We had one in Edmonton on the south side there. And, dude, I forgot this happened. I had one of my guys. He went in there to hang a dump, and the door was leaning up against it. Like, the door wasn't on, and he had to go. He had no choice. So he grabbed the door. He stripped down. It was summer. So he pulls these fucking pants down. He grabs the door, fucking puts it in front, just leans it up, right? You can still see his knees, right? Because the door's on an angle like that, and you can see his knees. And he jumps out, the door comes off, he pulls his band, like, what the fuck? He goes, the fucking disgusting. It had a fucking pyramid of shit.
Yeah.
He sat on it, and he teabagged the fucking last guy's shit. He teabagged someone else's fucking poop.
Oh, you can't ever get that off. That's for life. That's 10 on you for life.
I've never seen nothing like it. Like, it was so rotten. But we had a funny one actually happen that we talking about the guy that has a bunch of shit breaks through the day, right? And the guy that can never hold it till say lunch or his time, right? So you're not supposed to shit on company time, right? You don't shit on the boss's time. That was kind of the rules. And we had this plumber on a site there, and his apprentice, like the guy used to always give his apprentice shit. Just for, the kid would be sitting there minding his business, eating out of his cooler, sitting on his cooler, and the guy would start fucking embarrassing his apprentice, like in front of the other trades and all this kind of shit. And
bad
practice. You don't undermine your work. It's in front of other trades,
especially in front of the group.
Unless
it's super serious.
I guess this is probably why the bully harassment thing's now coming in, right?
Yeah.
Shit like this. Like the kid didn't deserve it. He's a fucking idiot. This kid. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, no one deserves that. But anyways, my boss actually asked him at the time, like he said, "Fuck you. You're pretty hard on your kid there, aren't you?" He goes, "Oh yeah, fuck man, the guy takes like 4 shit breaks a fucking day, like on my time." And I just told him this fucking, tried to get him to stop. And it's like, well, maybe he's got Crohn's or something. But anyways, this one day, this fucking apprentice kid. So it's like, so we have coffee break. We call it smoker break in Australia, right? It's like typically 10-15 minute break. You have a quick fucking thermos coffee or whatever you're into. Eat real quick. And the kid, so coffee break just ends. He goes straight to the shitter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 9 o'clock break, 9:15.
That's ridiculous.
He goes to the shitter. They'd seen enough. This kid fucking goes into the shitter. They push the shitter over.
Good.
They push it over. Like, can you imagine how fucking vile that is, right? And so he pushes over, and the kid's like, he's cussing out, and they pick it back up. Nothing come out. They open the door, and nothing had come out. Like, what the fuck? He heard them coming to try and push, because it takes like a couple times to rock it, to push it over. He stood on the toilet and airlocked the blue liquid and all the shit in there. He airlocked it and held his arms against the roof and airlocked it in through the toilet seat. This is how he got none. And he held the plank all the way down.
Oh my God, legend. Good form. Good form.
He planked that fucking toilet all the way to the ground. And then when they picked it up, he rode it all the way back up.
That's legend. That's actually epic.
Yeah.
You gotta give it to the guy. Like, that's a big fuck you.
I wish we had iPhones then. Like, if I didn't get that on camera.
Christ. Not a speck.
Oh no! A little bit of dribble. Nothing on him.
Clean.
Ooh, yeah.
Good form.
Like that was like. Man, I tell you, you go into the trenches with someone, you want that kid next to you. He's a man now, but you know what I mean? But he fucking, for thinking on the spot and making the right decision, in the heat of the moment, that could have been bad for him. And he deserved it, don't get me wrong. Like, man, doing your shit at that time. You gotta, tip the
shitty
cap.
situation makes you shit, All right. Here we are. The Call Podcast. Now there is nothing that I've been part of multiple crews. I've been part of hundreds of crews in my years in the oil patch, traveling, part of so many tribes. But there is one thing that is a common trait, and that is shit talking the other crew. Night shift shit talks, day shift shit talks, night shift. We have rival people.
These guys fucking building this building next to this building.
Yeah, they're the pieces of the worst human beings on the planet. And we're going to talk about how important that is to build strong crew morality. The enemy of my friend is my friend. That old saying. And this is absolute must. Whether you're a crew of 4, if it's 2-on-2, your competitors, if it's crew, and you combine to defeat another crew, there's always this competitive edge that I've noticed with men that we just love to demolish. Anything we can do, whether they didn't tighten a screw plug, they tightened too much, anything we can say to tell them that they are dog shit, we love to do it. Now, Dave, what's your experience with the old shit talking? What have you done? Have you shit talked before? Like, I know I am pure as Pablo Escobar's white powder, but even me, there's crews where they just perform so poorly. But do they? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I just hate them because they're my competitors.
Yeah, like I got one. It's a recent one here. We're on a job that's had a bunch of problems created by the company we're working for, and concrete problems and steel problems and all that sort of stuff. So behind schedule, not any fault of ours or anything, but
exactly.
Well, it's not our fault. No, but it's not. It's not, right. Like we're kind of we're in a delayed problem with them right now. Like these are problems they created, and,
right.
So basically, there's 2 buildings. One of them couldn't finish because the steel wasn't there, but we had to get going on the next one, which was delayed because of the concrete problem that they created. So we had to go up this section, and it's quite a bit considerably bigger than what's left to do. Like there's 20% left to do on the building 2, and then there's like 60% of building 1 that has to go. So we go up the building 1, and we tell the client that, you know what, you bring in another company, if you have contact with another company coming to help finish that off, that's this, for the greater good and image of everyone, like, hey, we're gonna work together, even though we're entitled to finish the whole project, but it's so heavily behind schedule because of these problems. We will help, and I got to get on with other jobs anyway. So so they've got like this they got about 20% of the amount of work that we have to do, right?
Okay.
And we're basically being going toe to toe with them the whole way up. Okay. Now that wouldn't mean much to me if I guess, and it's not so much me, but the boys, they notice it the most. But it's like the manpower, like they're matching us for manpower, and we're blowing them out of the water.
Oh yeah,
they're working 7 days a week, 12-hour days. We're working 10s, 11s, 5,
9
days. Yeah. Like half day.
Depends what material we have there, right?
It depends where we're up to, right?
Yeah, because if we don't have the material,
but we're I'd be lying if I said every couple of days we look at them, oh yeah, we do a little better than those guys, aren't we, boys? But this other company is perceived to be one of the fastest in the country. Like they got a lot of guys, so we're sitting there and we're beating them in the now, right? Like we got
with less people.
Like we're really putting the boots to them, and these guys, they're almost like an urban myth the way they operate. Right? They're very good company. So here I am like, maybe they're not as good as everyone hypes them up to be. Well, they're also building a building down the street. And I drove past and it was like 3 days later, there's 2 more stories on that building. I was like, what the fuck?
So that's the urban, that's the myth.
That's the myth. I was like,
so that's the 18, I was like, that building, you're
building. They said that, no, not the B team. We got the XYZ team out of them. Like they got like over 100 people working for them, right? and we got the XYZ team. They got the A teams down the street.
And they got the
and I was like,
team.
so here we are, like, oh, you fucking giving it to him, you beauty, and then you look down the street. A day later, it's like, oh fuck.
The realization. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Like they must have thrown 50 guys at that other building to get it like that. But at the end of the day, they did it, and it's like, fuck.
I like it. Now, here's now the reason why I think shit talking is important, because it's good to have a common enemy. I remember this great story of the Athenians and the Spartans hate each other.
Yeah.
In Greece. We've all learned it in school, the battle between the Athenians. But when Persia came...
The movie 300.
Movie 300.
Movie
300. Persia
right?
came...
A good movie.
They joined together, joined forces to defeat a more deplorable enemy, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool about like crew dynamics is the fact that, whether you know each other or not, when you have like a decent crew, is you band together like tribalism.
Oh yeah.
And then it's just like everyone else is the devil. Like even when you have another good crew on your team, you'll always find something to nitpick. And I think it's so cool because even if they're a good crew, you still have a common enemy to destroy. Find a way to be better than them, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think that's what's so good about the male competition.
Oh,
is having that like even me working with you was with John and me and Spencer. Like me and Spencer and John are always competing. When it's just us, when we're separate, we're always competing.
Yeah,
and it's a real thing.
Yeah, like that company that I was talking about there, like they're quite humble. The guys that have been working with them for a long time, they're quite humble guys actually, because he did tell me of a story there in Vancouver, and there was two identical buildings, and this one company had like a 2-month head start, and they'd gotten up to like 2 or 3 stories, and within 2 weeks, these guys had overtaken them.
Right.
And he was telling me how, some of the new guys that come and work for us, they were laughing like, oh, these guys suck, they're so slow, and this and that, and and the foreman there, he was telling me, he's like, yeah, but I got to dial these guys back, because remember, we do 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we throw serious manpower at this. Like, we get 30 to 50 guys strong.
It's not even comparable.
Like, we're never less than 30 on these jobs, and it can get up to 50 on a site. He said, these guys are 10, and they work Monday to Friday, 8-hour days.
100%.
So he's just like, they don't suck. He said, I would probably put their 10 versus our best 10.
Right.
What I mean? Like that's where they're at. And they know it. Like, the maybe their best 10 out of the 120 or whatever they have could rival any other 10. But he said, you pick 10 out of any one of our crews that are floating around. He said, the other company's probably got a better framers than we do. But he said, we just throw, like, you put it like this, right? It's like, okay, there's 20 units we need to stand walls on. All right, everyone, there's 40 guys. So you're going to go in 20 pairs. All you got to do is stand a unit each. All you have to do is stand 1 unit per 2 guys, which is not much.
That's crazy.
It's nothing. Like any 2 guys could probably do that by coffee break, easy. And you got 20 units done.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And now they're done. So by lunchtime, now I'm going to get you to level embrace that unit. Now you level embrace. Now I'm going to get you to put the floor on in the afternoon.
That's crazy.
Done. You've now done the walls, level embrace, and floors in one day, 20 units.
That's fucked up.
Dude, that's $100,000.
That's crazy.
It's $100,000 they've just brought in. They probably paid out a third of that. Now it takes a lot of good bodies and a lot of good minds to operate, keep that operation going.
Yeah.
That's where they're at.
So, with that, with your experience, I know like in the oil patch, like the shit talking in the crew can turn into quite a negative. Sometimes it's good because it gives you fire. Like we got.
I'm sure some.
We got to beat the guys.
Boys brawling. Like it turns into fights, right? Like, everyone has that one guy in the crew that just fucking.
Oh, he's a monster.
You know, like we sit there. Yeah, we sit there in a group. We like, oh, these guys fucking suck. And then there's that one guy that'll yell it out to him. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
And then it's like, and then the other guys take offense to it. And then where's he? He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, how dare he talk to my mate like that?
Like fuck.
Yeah. So, have you on your side of things, on the framing side, like, do you ever have where the boys get involved and start just negatively shit talking where it brings down everybody?
Yeah, they don't last long. Guys like that, I fire them.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
I send them. Oh yeah, they
like there's a certain quality of shit talking that you can't.
It's cancer, is what it is. It's cancer, and it's. I radiate it fucking quickly. I don't tolerate it.
It is super dangerous.
If I catch on that you're. My guys that are at the top, I know that if they're alone and someone starts shit talking like that, they'll fucking shut them down. I don't need to even do that.
No.
My guys at the top have full autonomy to fire whoever they want.
Oh yeah.
They have full. We'll figure it out why later. If I like someone and they decide they're gonna fire him that day, and because I'm on another side or something.
See you later.
You know what? These guys all agree that you gotta go.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, these guys, my head guys, believe you're a bad fit and you're a cancer. You gotta go. No questions asked. And now, you know, if I really like the guy that they fired, I'll want an explanation for it. But I trust that their judgment is that they made the best call.
With with the rigs, it's so. Because we're 7 days a week, sometimes so goddamn long. It's so dangerous having like a person like that or cancer. Like there's obviously crew competition, right? Because like what else are you gonna do when you got five guys, and then there's nothing to do other than to work, drink, and sleep, right?
Oh, the fucking banter.
The banter, right? So it's like who can drill the most. Yeah. You're always shitting on the other guy. Oh man, we drilled 40 meters more.
Well, can you imagine being like in a crew of 10 and you're the black sheep, but you're in the middle of the fucking sticks, doing what you do, and you're the black sheep? That'd be a fucking hard shift, man. That'd
like
suck for that
the
guy.
Punching bag, yeah,
like the guy that creates a fucking bottle jack drilling fucking clamp. Fucking, can you imagine that guy out in the bush alone?
You'd be roasted alive, man. You'd be absolutely roasted. Like, and that's the thing.
Two things that happen, right? Either he's killing us all in our sleep, or he's hanging himself. Or he's hanging himself. It's one of the two.
Like, it's such an interesting thing, like, because crew dynamics is that.
I would never send a guy like that out in the woods, just to be honest, because I know how it's going to go.
It's a system that's designed not with personality. It's a system that's designed by he met the requirements. Now we can send him out, and then the crew will decide. But yeah, you make such a good point. It's just being that black sheep, and this is actually another really important thing: is having the punching bag is super important because it takes so much weight of stress from everyone else. If you have that one person that you can direct your hatred towards.
I know that. That's a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game.
No, but it is a thing though.
Because sometimes those guys, the punching bag guy, he's not always a fucking weird dude. He's typically just a nice shy guy that just is easily taken advantage of, right? Like
I know, but still, if you didn't have him, that tension or that anger would have to go towards the crew. So he does quite an important job to funnel. It's just like, yeah, man, like we'd have like the running joke when we had the punching bag, like a punching bag of our crew. It's like, oh yeah, man, like, I totally fucked it. But you know whose fault it was? It was bloody Paul.
Oh yeah,
it was that fucking retard Paul.
Oh yeah, I'll blame that guy even when he's not on shit. It's like, what are you talking about? He wasn't even on that fucking week. No, but he fucking did something last week that caused this to happen.
That's a Paul mistake right there. That's a Paul mistake. Like it's just those guys are
so what happened? Oh, the drill tip broke. Yeah, that was Paul. That was fucking Paul. He wasn't even there. No. I remember last week when he was pulling that thing out. I don't want to hear your
excuses. I just know it's Paul.
It's definitely something he would have done. So I know he did it. All right, just so
super important guys to have. You know, super important guys to have. But yeah, the shit talking.
Have you ever seen it escalate into like a brawl?
Of shit talking?
Yeah.
I've personally never seen it happen into a brawl. I'm trying to think of. I've seen like proper shit talking and degraded in front of the group, and that's pretty ruthless. Because like you insult a man in front of the group, that's like if he doesn't leave, that means you just know like he has no standards. If you ever shit talk a man in front of the group, like he has to leave. Like there's no other alternative if you get disrespected in front of the group. If you have any self-respect, but I've seen guys get roasted just because you can do it.
Yeah, I usually let my guys go when they get into it. There, I let them hash that one out. But
yeah,
if anyone else in a different company or a guy from a different company gives my guy shit, oh yeah, it's on.
Full engage.
Oh yeah, it is. It is like, let's go.
Yeah, how dare you go on my turf?
You don't. I don't give a fuck what my guy did.
It's funny how territorial.
Well, I had one of my lead guys now when he was young. When he was really young, I had him cleaning out some garbage, and another trade came in to do some mock out in a building there. And there's some windows in the way, or there's some garbage in the way. And I guess he asked him, "Hey, would you be able to clean your mess up so I can do my mock up here, like do my kitchen layout or whatever it was?" But he had his hands full at the time, right? Had his hands full of garbage. Yeah, I'll do that as soon as I come back from this load. Well, he came back, and the guy had elevated into, "I thought I told you to fucking to move that garbage, yada yada," like as if it was his worker. And I come downstairs, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And John goes, "This guy's yelling at me for not cleaning up garbage. He's yelling at you?"
Yeah.
"Why? What'd you do?" He goes, "Nothing. I just told him I need to take this garbage." I was like, right. I fucking put the guy against the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Like, don't you ever fucking.
Damn right.
Yeah, like I don't care what it is, like what my guys did. Don't you ever talk to my guys like that again. Like, we got into a pretty good shouting match, and it got to a point where the other employees started running down. They thought I was like fully engaged in a fight. They came down, they're all ready to go, and I was like, you gotta be united. You have to have your guys' backs.
That is like so
no matter
important.
if they're at fault or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's the whole mentality. If you like, let's say you go with your boys, like a good crew of boys, you go to the bar. It's like you completely own that bar because who else is going to challenge you? You know, and it's a nice. I think that's completely lost within Western culture is the importance of crew. Like a strong crew dynamic, because you're an unstoppable force. Like when you have
but you gotta carry yourselves the right way too, right?
I agree. But you understand the point, though. Yeah. It's just like if someone fucks with you, the power that you can bestow when you are a strong crew, and that power is.
It doesn't always have to be in a physical form either. It can be like you can radiate a good energy. And it'll, like, for the single guys, it's great because the women will come. They want to be around those fun guys, the guys having the most amount of fun. And it's, vice versa. When you see a group of girls having fun, the guys want to be around that too, right? But, if you're a good, positive group, then other people want to be a part of that.
That's the core thing, right?
That group also needs to regulate itself, right? So we do, like, amongst us when we're all having beers, like if one of us is getting a little bit, outside, we regulate ourselves.
So it's well managed, but still, if you even dare... Like there's certain standards or certain lines that if you cross, that some groups might have different lines, but there's a code line between most cultures. And if you cross that line, you are asking for trouble.
It's not like you poke the bull, you get the horns. You poke the bull, you get the herd.
That's
how it is. It's not. You don't get.
And then that's a
yeah. You get. And it's how it is. You don't.
I like that.
Yeah, it's just you gotta have each other's backs, but you gotta keep each other accountable too, right?
Yeah.
But I'm weirdly excited to see some of these contraptions that people are gonna show us. Like I really want to see what other kind of shit like that. Like
just the stupidity, just like the idiot ingenuity that we can come up with. Because, that's a classic dog fucker move right there, right? The thing is, if you were a normal guy, you couldn't do that because you knew the repercussions. If I did
a normal guy has that thing in his hands and he's just applying pressure and he's just bagged at the end of the day. His hands are hurting. No, that guy, he just comes back every couple of minutes, puts a little pump on that jack, and
Right?
he can do that for a week straight doing it that way. Like,
and we would stare at him and be like, depending on who did it, that's all that matters. Is who did that.
And it was the black sheep.
And it was a black sheep, and they'd be like, if it was if one of the boys, would be like, man, you know, you're pretty smart, man. Like, that's actually quite clever. Like, but.
Yeah, but those guys are paid their time. They're paid their dues.
He's just like, oh, how do we shit on this guy? You know,
he's a punching bag, but he's a clever one. He stays away from us. Notice we all go here, and he's as far away as he can get.
I don't trust him.
No,
I don't trust him one bit.
No.
Yeah, he's up to no good. All right, that's the shit. You have anything more to say about shit talking to the crew?
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to... Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have to have... I got nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, we got most of the thing out. You shit talking.
I think there's probably some pretty good conversation we had about the Porta Johns. The Polly John.
Yeah, you don't know.
Shit is there. Like, I'm sure some guys probably have some funny stories about that. You see the odd video where the guy hangs a dump and the excavator picks it up and takes it for a fucking swirl.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I just don't know like how I'd handle that. Like, I would go ballistic.
Oh, you better hope that fucking glass is impenetrable on that machine.
Oh, no, it just wouldn't be dead. like you'd have to make such a severe consequence of that. It's such a bold play.
I would go for your life.
Yeah.
I am coming for your life.
Like, it's such a bold play. Like, I just don't like any of it.
It's funny as shit to watch.
It's so great to watch, but to me, it's just like I'm not that joke.
People have been killed for less.
Oh, yeah.
Like, way less.
I think you have to, I think when those
the judge might even pardon you. Why did you shoot the man? He fucking spun me around in a fucking polygon and covered me in other people's shit because he thought it was funny. Yeah, no.
It's reasonable. It's reasonable. It's a reasonable thing. Like,
you know what?
No one likes being covered in shit.
I know you got a blue stain on you now that'll never come out. For the next 6 months, you got to be reminded that you're covered in shit with your blue stain.
I just would hate that.
Oh, fuck.
I just fucking hate that. I hate it.
You walk in. I hate walking in there and the fucking lid's up. It's like, fucking put it down. You walk straight in there and it's the first thing you see.
Dookie, and you're just like...
Or someone's pissing out their ass. Like,
God, it's just... I just don't want to see this. Yeah, porta potties aren't my favorite. They're not my favorite.
Yeah, the shit talking.
That's pretty important.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that we should like almost get the crew together.
I would say
we'll all just bring a 12-pack or something. Not get belligerent, just get pretty
like half.
Well, and just sit in a circle. just sit in a circle and just fucking let it fly. Like, there's some good banter.
I think that's what I'm gonna have to get out of here is get we need Brody back though.
Yeah, we'll get all the boys.
We need Brody because Brody's like that. There's no one more witty than Brody. Brody's a fucking whip.
Yeah,
God, he's clever.
They roll off the tongue pretty good there.
Yeah, he's quite good. Yeah. All right. This is the end of
the week.
Is this Blue Collar podcast?
Well, that's this week. Over and done with.
All right. I guess next week.
Do you guys have any ideas on some topics you want to touch on?
We'll figure it out.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about some other relevant trade stuff. Have we touched on
what?
Which trade's the biggest crackhead?
Like, we should.
Yeah, you know what? That's what we're doing next week. That's what we're doing next week.
Next week is which trade is the biggest crackhead?
Yeah.
Roofers.
We're opening that can or what? Yeah, or drywaller. You know what? Give us some ammo, guys. Give us some ammo for next week.
We can't forget about iron workers too, because they're fucked as well.
Oh, what is it? The handyman that thinks he's better than everyone.
Oh my God. Okay, so next week we know next week's topic. Who's the biggest crack?
Yeah.
Okay, we're out.
Have a good
Till next week.